I first got the idea to work with stencils when I saw somebody's art at the San Jose Jazz Festival. A man had posters with funk and soul artists' faces on them. He said it was easy to do because he used stencils and spray paint. At that point, I had no idea what stencil art would become in my life. I didn't take action until about 2 years later when I had to develop art curriculum for a youth program. I could never draw or paint, so using stencils and spray paint was a logical solution for me. At first, my stencils were too small for entrepreneurship or any art that I would put on my wall, so I went bigger. This made all the difference. As long as the image could cover an adult-sized t-shirt or average-sized frame, I was good to go. The first surfaces I used were wooden boards from a garage door business that would throw away large pieces of quality plywood. I still use this wood to this day, and much of my business and art programs are based on this material. It's free, recycled wood, and a lot of people prefer it over paper or canvas. My first experience creating art for money was at a friend's hip-hop show. I only had a few stencils, boards, 2 buckets for the platform, and spray paint. I brought the sidewalk to life with the live painting and sold several pieces. This is where I saw the power of live painting. After a while, I eventually moved to t-shirts, posters, and homemade canvases, and started painting at festivals with much success. I'm currently working on a website that will feature my stencil art and education program. I have several youth art programs in East Palo Alto and will begin teaching in Oakland for the 2012 scholastic school year. I love to make art for friends and family and of course myself. It feels good when someone asks me where I got my shirt and I let them know that I made it myself. As you can imagine, this has opened doors for me. The best things about stencil art are that it makes an artist to somebody that can't draw, like me. It allows me to express my cultural, social, and political ideas through images and color. It allows me to make some extra money for my needs, and it allows me to make a difference in young people's lives. The following section of the video is footage of me teaching at a continuation high school in East Palo Alto. I've been teaching in East Palo Alto for about 4 years now, and it's where I developed my art program. My experience in EPA has been the perfect training for taking the art to other inner city schools and youth development programs.
So all of these have a positive thing, either justice or revolution or peace or community or the people. So when we go out there and you guys paint today, I want you to have some kind of message in mind. So if you're doing Bob Marley, if you're doing reggae, East Palo Alto, whatever it is, have some kind of message. And I got plenty of words that are like justice, unite, think, power to the people. I want you guys to think along those lines, no matter what you do. All right, and I want a lot of images. Whatever you want to do, just put a lot of images into it. And take your time, you guys have plenty of time.
My art teaching career started with just a few stencils. I would pack all the materials in my trunk and take them to my job as a substitute teacher in East Palo Alto. After school, I would invite students to paint in the parking lot. Several after-school program directors saw the youth's reaction to this art and offered me work teaching. This is how I started teaching stencil spray painting. It has been very rewarding. I didn't know at the beginning that so many youth of all ages would be so drawn to it. Many adults have been drawn to the art as well. A lot of times, nonprofit organizations will contract me to lead youth workshops, and after staff see what it is, they want to give it a try. High school youth learn very fast, especially those that already have some experience with art or spray painting. Stencil spray paint art allows me to teach them various life skills such as preparation, planning, patience, conceptualization, positive expression, entrepreneurship, follow-through, and multicultural appreciation. Painting a historical figure's face instantly opens that person's life and ideas for discussion. With time, I've been able to see that urban youth are drawn to it because it involves spray painting, it looks easy, and it's legal. After they try it, they find out that it takes some practice, and if they want to make better art, that it takes time. Most youth want to keep painting after their first experience. This is always a good sign because it lets me know that the art has reached them and has the chance to make a long-term impact. My long-term goals are to have several art programs running in several schools, including a website and art studio. Traveling with my art would be nice as well. I plan on using the money from Kickstarter to launch several urban youth intervention art programs here in the Bay Area. I've seen how art can turn a young person's life around, and I believe that this is why I got into it. Once I learned how to write grants, the sky's the limit. I want to have urban arts programs in inner city schools across America and eventually Latin America and the Caribbean. Here I am leading a weekly workshop that I offered at the Sequoia Community Day School in East Palo Alto. Several of these youth have painted pieces that they went on to sell. Money is often one of the major motivating factors in a youth's interest in art. And as long as the art is keeping them out of trouble and providing for some of their needs, I'm content. I know that many of my students won't continue with the art, or that they might pick it up again later. So I see my job primarily as a messenger until I can get more funding to start my own nonprofit, which will allow me to create a larger and more influential arts program. The more that a youth is exposed to something, the higher the chances are of that thing becoming a permanent part of their life. Youth need to tell their stories. They need an expressive outlet. Many of them need to reconnect with their traditional cultures. And most inner city youth need to make money in a legal manner. Stencil spray painting allows them to do all these things.